Welcome back.
Another Coffee Buzz with the boys.
Let's do it.
Coffee Buzz with the boys. We got the talent, Steve McGuiggan, with us. He's coming in hot. He's got all the adjectives working tonight.
Been on edge all day. Really excited to be here.
Well, let's see how quick you are. Nolan?
So besides professional athlete, what did you want to be as a kid?
I feel like you've asked a professional athlete question every week for the last 4 weeks.
Besides a professional athlete.
Something along those lines.
I wanted to be a doctor, personally.
You want to be a doctor? Should
wanted
we
to be
hit
a
all
doctor.
three? I wanted to be an astronaut. Would you?
Did you really?
No, if you're not a professional athlete, when you're younger, it's doctor, astronaut, or there's one other one.
Teacher.
There you go.
Not as a high-paying
Football
salary
coach,
as
yeah.
you guys, but more rewarding.
You actually wanted to be a doctor?
Yep.
Go ahead.
I just admired them. Obviously, I didn't have any. Once I got into high school, I was more exposed to what they could do as far as for sports and that kind of thing and just optimal output. But I always wanted to help people.
And be a doctor. What kind of doctor?
Probably an orthopedic surgeon at the time. At the time, I said a fixer, basically.
When you were a kid,
Yeah,
you wanted to be an
No,
orthopedic surgeon?
I'm saying once it
What
developed
age is this? What age is this?
I don't know, 8 to 10.
Yeah, fair question.
Hey, Mom, I want to be an orthopedic
That's what
surgeon.
I'm saying. At the time, it's just a basic doctor.
Just
come in,
doctor.
are you okay? Stethoscope, sucker, get
You
out
do
of here.
the you do the heart rate thing to put it on the ears.
Did you have Operation, the game? Mm-hmm. Did you?
Savage.
you- were you
Savage.
good
Yeah.
at that?
Oh, yeah, I was really good at it. Surgeon's hands since 6 years old.
So, doctor, what did you want to do, Steve?
I honestly, however, I don't care how much I get made fun of for this. I only thought I was going to be a professional athlete. I was like 100% certain of it.
That's why I passed the ball over to you.
I did want to be a dinosaur. I really like dinosaurs.
You have made some points in previous coffee buzzes about dinosaur era.
I love dinosaurs. So I did have a zookeeper playset, and so it was like a big thing, and you would take your little Jeep Wrangler and you would like go around all the little areas. You ever see one of those things? And you would visit all the different exhibits. So I would have loved to be a zookeeper. I thought that at the time dinosaurs were a part of that because I was an idiot. I was a kid.
Yeah.
So dinosaur zookeeper would have been my job.
So zookeeper, essentially, with dinosaurs as the main.
That would have been a bonus.
Animal.
That would have been a bonus.
The bonus. That would have been bonus.
So we're talking about a Jurassic Park scenario.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I share your also vulnerability, if you will, on I just figured I'd always be a professional athlete.
It's tough to admit, isn't it? We're so far off.
Yeah, oh yeah, tremendously. We talked about that before the podcast, really. So that was kind of my main thing. But then my second one, I always thought I'd be a rock star.
Wow, good one.
Yeah, I'd always thought
What
I'd
type
like
of-
when I was young. Now, as I've gotten older, I'd be a country guy for sure.
Yeah.
And I
growing
have
up?
been told by numerous sources, people that I know and don't know, that I do
Look like
resemble
John Lackey.
Luke Bryan. So I have been told by numerous sources, and Steve knows that.
Yeah, he has. I got to give him that too. I hate
know
giving
it.
it to him, but we have been at several concerts where
Several.
people have been like, "Yeah, you do look like Luke Bryan." He started by introducing
No,
himself.
not
as
on
Luke
all
Bryan.
Bryan. When we were younger, I did that.
Yeah.
Just to prime him for
He has
the
though.
conversation.
He's got some Luke Bryan to him for sure. I'm curious what kind of like what type of heavy metal band? What would have been
Yeah.
your look and what?
So my
instrument?
the best thing that I could show you, because it came out in video game style years after I had envisioned this. But do you guys remember Guitar Hero, the main guitar guy with the mohawk and had like a red mohawk, bald on the side?
Oh, yeah.
That guy. That's essentially what I used to dress up like when I was a kid, and I thought I would be that type of guy. Yeah. So I used to have a fake earring on. What's really funny about this, and I can probably gather up a picture for you, Nolan, if you need to pop that on there. But I used to have my mom kiss me on the cheek, and I would play with the lipstick on my cheek because I just figured that rock stars got kisses from chicks.
Yeah.
So I would actually have my earring on, my one earring, and then I'd have a kiss lipstick on my side, and then I would just jam.
What age was this?
We're looking at like
21?
4 or 5
Okay.
last year. I don't know.
So we got a rock star, a dinosaur zookeeper, and an orthopedic surgeon.
Yeah. There you go. Good first start. There
Yeah.
you go.
Put it in the books.
Put it in the books.
What is the most significant event in human history?
You've asked this.
I said discovery, not event.
Why are they getting so? They're getting so close. Ended. There's a word difference
big
nowadays.
difference.
There's a word difference within
There's a
the
big
question.
difference.
Harv's not going to let you out of this one, though.
All right, ask it one more time, and we'll just try to figure. Because I think what's going to happen is he's swindling us on our answers. You know, what if we have a different answer this time?
What is the most significant event in human history?
I'd say the gospel of Christ.
Sure.
The rising of Jesus.
Sure. That's a heavy hitter.
Yeah, most influential book in the world. Yeah, there's been wars, there's been bloodshed, there's still crisis of faith, there's this everybody's purpose and why still relies on that too. So like it's been influencing everything for the last 2,000 years.
He wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon,
And that's
at an
why he's
early
the
age,
best.
And that's why he nails it.
I think we're really looking for a runner-up is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I think that everyone knows the runner-up is World War II. So really we're looking at
Actually, you can say like asteroid striking and the extinction of your dinosaurs, bro.
that was going to be the third.
I'd say that's number one in your book, but
Well, it was huge, right? I mean, the Cretaceous
big.
period was one that we wish we could see and that we wish we could have been a part of. But isn't it proven that it used to be Pangea? Isn't that what it was called when everything was
one
together?
continent.
one land.
Yeah,
landmass.
we were one landmass. Imagine if that was still going on today. How crazy would that be if we were one landmass? Think we'd get along worse or better?
I think we'd get along better.
I do too.
You'd have to help. You'd have to use each other.
There's
You'd have-
nowhere to run.
Yeah, you'd have to use each other for survival.
So maybe the Pangea splitting could be a pretty fun little answer. That's mine.
That's a
Yeah.
thick little response. It's a thick little response.
What do you
Yeah.
think the
Kinda lot.
world? If I change gears here, what do you think it'll look like in a million years?
Man,
Do you think that it'll go back? Do you think that they'll
who
ever?
gives a damn, right?
That's pretty good.
I don't
Stewie.
know. I don't know, Bart. That's
I mean,
a great question.
You know, like will they like what continents will be on what continent?
Eventually, they're all gonna run into each other again.
Yeah, like are they going back?
Well, my dad always used to travel, and he used to go to California when I was a kid. Me and my sisters, that was the we.
Yeah.
And I was always afraid that California was going to break off into the ocean
Oh,
every
man.
time he was out there. That was like a huge fear of
Legitimate concern.
It
legitimate
get-
concern, right?
it
That
gets
was
you.
like I was like super scared about that.
It gets you. I remember a couple years ago, my folks were having the hurricanes for the first time when they moved into Florida, and the news obviously makes it just sound like it's all over for the state of Florida. You know, so you just like, you know, so I'm terrified. I remember sitting up the whole night watching the tracking of the hurricanes because I was so nervous. And so then I finally just called my buddy who lived in the southernest tip of Florida, and he was surfing, and he was like, "Oh man, we're fine, bro. It's like this all the time." And Tucker Newhouse, good dude.
Oh, yeah.
wild man,
Wild guy.
wild man. But he was like, "Yeah, I'm surfing right now. I love this time of year," and I was just like at ease right away. But it's the same thing. I was the hell concept of it's over.
What would yours be, boss?
Well, I wanted to go towards one more earthy type comment.
Go for it. That's
Yeah,
the beauty of
what's-
Coffee Buzz. You can say whatever you want.
Well,
You're the boss.
what made me think about the continents moving aside is isn't there something out, or we can look something up? Isn't there like a mountain range in the ocean that's bigger than any mountain range that's on surface?
Yeah.
What's
I
it
don't know what it's
Noah?
called, but it's massive.
There's also a mega volcano.
Can we get that?
You guys heard about
can we
this
look
thing?
that up?
We need to get Nolan a computer so
Yeah,
we can
we need
Google
to
this
look.
stuff
Let's
for
look
us.
that up.
There's also supposed to be a volcano in Yellowstone that if it's active,
Massively overdue.
and it's overdue, and if it erupts, we're all dead. Everyone,
Yeah, it's like
we're
that.
all gone.
Because it blocks out the sun, or like the
The effects of it. You're the orthopedic surgeon. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, I just heard death and destruction and I got scared. Simple as that.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. And I wish Nolan had a computer.
It's
to
the
give it-
Mid-Atlantic Ridge is the volcano range or the mountain range under the ocean.
And it's bigger than every mountain range that we visibly can see.
Yep.
Holy cow.
Crazy.
It's part of the largest mountain range in the world.
So what was
It's
your
over.
I'm sorry,
It's
what was your answer?
7,700 feet high.
What was my answer? Well, I wasn't going to go with the faith base, even though that's like the greatest leadership that's existed, right? So that's made it through. I was going to go with World War II. So that one kind of sucks because that one's an easy one.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm saying.
think.
We're getting rid of the big dogs.
Yeah, so now I'm like the 3-hole hitter. I'm the guy in the hole.
Yeah, we said 3-hole was asteroid hitting, boom, dinosaurs gone. So really we're looking for whatever is after that.
Oh, you did dinosaurs and World War II?
Yeah.
So you took 2 good ones.
He knocked off the list.
We all knocked them off.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. So we got yeah. What's another big event? I'm trying to compete with those. Might come to the head right now are things like the Civil War. I think the
Well, I did say
Salem
last
witch.
copy
Okay, I
that
got
was a
it.
big
Salem
one.
witch trials. That's absurd to me.
Are you going off of angels and demons?
Those are just absurd.
question again, dog.
What is the most significant event in human history?
Dude, they used to, and I could be wrong here again too.
Witch trials.
They used to throw people in the water, and if they could swim, they were a witch. Like it was like absurd. You had no shot of winning.
Yeah, you were done.
You were done.
And that changed the course of human history for sure.
We definitely look at things differently. It's crazy.
Nolan.
If you could watch, sorry, keep going.
No, you're good. I wasn't gonna attack it.
What? You don't like that one?
No, I'm just. What's the movie Angels and Demons? When they talk about that, how it was I guess the change in perspective on how we see women now was dictated from that type of thing. So basically, anybody that was considered like promiscuous or along those lines in the time was basically could be pointed out as a witch. Obviously, the population of the world's much smaller at this time too. So we men in general and the church start looking down upon promiscuous women and basically taking away from the value women have in the community because we cast them off as witches and whatnot, I guess.
It's crazy.
Again, this is from the movie.
So Harvard's wreck.
Yeah, it sounds like I was pretty on.
But anyways,
It sounds like I was
I just think that's interesting.
Sounds
I don't
like
know
I
how much
win.
validity that has, but
enough for this show.
Sounded good to me. Plays here.
Enough for the podcast.
If you could watch everything that has happened in your life up to right now, would you enjoy it?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
like a highlight video.
What?
Like
Of
if you could
course.
watch your life, would you enjoy it?
I hope everybody
Yes,
says yes.
yes.
I hope you guys
Agreed.
say yes.
I was going to say, yeah, it's a beautiful story.
Oh,
It's
man.
a beautiful story. Stories need, so like, if you look at a movie, the thing that's so cool about sports versus movies is sports are spontaneous. Like you turn on any sporting event and you have no idea how the story is going to go, which is why I believe is a massive reason why people like watching sports. But we could watch any movie and pretty much you could just get the title of it and get the idea of what the movie is, and you could say what's going to happen. You get a rom-com, there's a breakup. You get anything else, a comedy, there's some sort of like mishap. There's always something that goes on. So
What about horror, Mark? What do you got? Some sort of
scare,
yes,
something like that.
What about action movie? You got some sort of
Blood, gore.
nailed it.
And
I was
then-
looking for
and-
explosions
and
on
then-
that one.
okay, and then the guy comes out victorious. And it's funny how the mind works is because this person's not going to die ever in the movie, but they're so close to dying that you're convinced it's over. Like you just know,
Heart rate's up.
You just know. You go, well, there's no way because I know there's another 47 minutes in the movie.
You're gonna tell me Dwayne the Rock Johnson's gonna die right now.
I know.
Nolan.
I know that he should die right now in this part, but I know there's 47 minutes left, and we're not going to get that.
And he's never
on
died
top
in
of
the
that
movie.
building. And it's blowing up,
Yeah.
and he's gonna live. I'm 100% sure of it.
Yeah,
How
absolutely.
ridiculous is that?
So going back to that, that's why your life would be really fun to watch because you'd have that you would kind of know it like a movie, but you'd have that you'd be like, oh, here's when the coolest part comes, like, oh, here's when the sad part, here's when this part, and it'd be sweet.
It'd be great to look back and you remember things a certain way, like certain interactions with people that you think you handled really well and they handled really poorly, and to watch it back and be a third party and watch yourself, you'd be like, ooh, kind of blew that one. Thought they were in the wrong.
Yeah,
there.
even but the looks and reactions of people while things are going on, if you can get some of those I guess grateful responses you
Yeah.
see.
widescreen view.
It would
Yeah.
be really cool to see yourself doing things in high school.
But just even that when you have that look of satisfaction on your face and you're just
Yeah.
that kind of, or even romantic relationships and that kind of thing, just the little nuances I like.
And what you'd say back
like-
then, what you thought was smooth at
Oh,
age
yeah.
16, just
Oh,
not
yeah.
smooth.
I would
at
love
all.
to hear a 16-year-old Harvey just macking on a girl.
I was good. I was smooth back in
What
the
was
day.
your go-to?
I don't want to say that.
Well, I mean,
You
you
guys want
like
to come hang in the basement?
I don't want to say
pancakes.
that. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say that.
Me neither.
But some of them were funny. I thought they were pretty funny. I was a clever high school kid in that capacity. I think it's. There was something else I was going to say about the storybook part of your life. Oh, here it is. Do you guys ever think, same thing with you, Nolan, do you ever look at like your life right now and go like you can remember it like in a moment's time? You remember just like these little flashes? Like if I say youth, like there's like a flash that you remember.
Yeah,
High
Hayes
school.
Community Center. I actively told myself to remember what it looked like on a drive home when I was in middle school.
Yeah, like
I can
you
still
can
picture it.
Yeah, like you can remember. So here's what's funny about this: we were driving through your neighborhood in 2017, and you were driving, and you said, "Hey, if you tell yourself to remember this moment forever," we were driving, you were driving, then you'll remember this forever. And I've literally said that to many people, but I only said it because I remember that drive.
It works. It works. If
I
you
like
got,
that a lot.
If you guys are ever and preferably, obviously, it's a random moment, right? It can't be like, hey, remember us at the Super Bowl? It's like, yeah, no problem, man, no
Yeah.
challenge,
Yeah.
right? But if you're just sitting on a couple rocking chairs, having a couple soda pops, and you just say, hey, let's really dig in here. Let's remember what we're doing right now. You will remember that moment, and like 10 years down the road, it'll be so cool. And it's like just a little game that you play with yourself that you can just click and give yourself a great day like 8 years later. It's awesome. Try it. Do it tomorrow. Take a moment tomorrow, drive down the road, see something that you like, and just memorize it. It is such a cool thing to do. It's so fun. You'll never know until you do it.
There's your challenge for tomorrow, folks. Right?
Got to do it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it too.
It's incredible.
Did you guys answer my question to the question though? Do you have like vivid days that you could run
Yeah,
through
guaranteed.
real quick? Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, we all would. And I hope that everyone who listens also would want to see their life, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's the whole dang point.
Definitely.
What was the first time you were truly humbled?
This is the first time. That sucks to have to answer.
I mean, first thing that came to mind is, great gal, married now, Megan Nanny, absolutely broke my heart in 5th grade. Absolutely broke my heart. That would have been my first humbling moment. I thought I had her. Swing set move, underdog, didn't happen.
Yeah.
I still actively remember. I'm 30 years old. I still remember. She liked Nick Philhauer, great guy.
And that happens. It's we tell kids all the time when we're with them, the dating game is a ruthless battle because you're just going to get just destroyed more times than not the whole way through. That's a story in itself to watch. But you got to keep hanging in there. The guys that fall off the tracks there at the end, they can't take those punches anymore. Mine first started in 5th grade as well. I'm not going to use name here, but we were safeties.
5th grade was a tough year.
Yeah, we were safeties, and I had big ears growing up. I had a small, skinny frame with big ears. Everyone called me
Safety? Are you talking about safety guards?
safety guards who walk everyone
had
out
the
to
flag?
the buses. Yep.
Okay,
So
okay.
I walked everyone out to the buses. I was a captain at an early age.
Safeties.
Safeties.
I didn't understand that.
Yeah, I was called. I was
put it
called.
together.
I was called Elf Boy, and my first name's Harvard. So you have a tough first day of school the whole way through when your first name's Harvard. I did every day for every first day. I always had to say, just call me Harvey, please. Just move on to the next person. Call me Harvey. All right, here we go. And so in 5th grade for Valentine's Day, I gave this gal a Jolly Rancher, and I wrote her a poem that my sister and I thought up the night before. And lo and behold, all the safeties, we used to get out 15 minutes before school ended so we could get ready, get prepped, and then we'd get ready to take our line to the bus. And
And that was your time.
that was my time. I'd been really interested in this girl for the whole year, and it was finally time to go. And I gave her a poem and a Jolly Rancher, and she took the Jolly Rancher, ate it, and then ripped up the poem in front of me and all the other safeties.
Ate the Jolly Rancher.
Ate the Jolly Rancher, ripped up the
my.
poem, and then just like anything, you still got to do your job. So I had to wear that. It was a very humbling experience, and then I had to walk. I was in charge.
Can you see it? Butthurt Mart with a flag.
I was in charge of.
Hurry up.
Those buses back then, that sat 20, 24 people, 2 to a seat, 12 on each side or so. So that was a tough moment.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's a great story, Bart.
That is absolutely fantastic. My turn. I got humbled early by a girl, Jordan McWhorter, in 3rd grade down in Mobile, Alabama.
You was
Absolutely love it.
younger.
Absolutely
You
love
had
it.
younger than the 5th, huh?
Yeah,
What, 3rd grade?
Third grade down in Alabama private school.
You don't deserve that at that age.
I
No,
didn't.
that is young.
She was a keeper too,
Oh boy.
but she was a keeper.
Everyone who's listening, he was dead serious right there.
man.
This is tough watching him. This is
Yes,
tough watching
so-
him squirm a
He's
little
working
bit.
through it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I went ghost recon ways. I found out from her friend if she liked me or not, and her friend's like, I really don't know. You're just gonna have to ask her. Playing coy in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So I go up at soccer practice, and just so happens my dad's one of the coaches. So.
Nice.
So, anyways, we're standing on like the top of the key or whatever it's called in soccer, and me and her get paired together, and I was paired together, yeah, and I was like, "Did you talk to Caitlin?" I told her I liked you. Do you like me too? Kind of conversation, and she just kind of looks at me. There's a ball at her feet. She kicks it and dribbles away, and my dad just happened to be standing right behind me.
So we saw it.
Oh, you see us. You'll get the next one, kid.
Oh man.
Right in front of your old man.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Oh man.
So he got to experience that. But that's something I remember.
I mean, and that's a great lesson for these kids is that we teach. You never get over it.
No.
you just never.
Never goes away.
I think it's always funny as we coach more and more young people, and we were, obviously we had this too with our dads and coaches and whatnot. I always think it's funny when you get, not funny because it sucks, but when you have a dad come in and he'll be like, Harv, he just broke up with his girlfriend the other day, in like 9th grade or like
Yeah.
8th grade or something, and you go, it's all right, it's good for him. It's like clockwork. Oh, it's good for him. He'll be all right. He'll
What
be all
grade?
right.
9th grade? Oh, I've been there.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, wait till senior year breakup. He'll have fun with that
Yeah,
one.
that one's gonna take. That one's gonna be a while. You're not gonna eat for a couple weeks on that one.
Well, I think we finished this one off to a cheers to all the gals who humbled us first. So to Megan Nanny.
Jordan McWhorter.
Kathleen Hay.